Specific instances you think where it's more suited than others to have a human in the loop?
Yeah. Would I hire a real estate agent if they just went and did all their comps with AI? No. I want someone who knows. I have my house on the market right now. I picked a person who knows my market super well in Colorado. Yeah, I picked someone who lives in my neighborhood. I have a historic home. It's 120 years old. I picked someone who knows historic homes. I picked someone who knows people who buy
Nice.
120-year-old houses. I picked someone who can explain to a potential buyer what you need to know when you buy a 120-year-old house, because it's not an average home purchase, right? So there's still, I think that kind of thing, especially with real estate, there, I think still very much is that expert guide role of people who really understand a specific type of property. I don't think that's going away. And I realize obviously we're all in, there's all kinds of stuff going on in the real estate space, but it's still a very important human relationship.
Totally. And that is very smart of you to hire an agent that knows that kind of specific, unique property. That's really valuable because they stand out. They have all kinds of unique characteristics. It's not a cookie cutter home, right? There are hurdles they need to see ahead of time that aren't there with a common, right, a house built 20 years ago or something, right?
Yeah, if they want the whole permit history of my house, they're going to just be sad, right? That's not the right buyer for my house, right? Because most of the 120-year-old history of this house, permitting wasn't even a thing. But that kind of stuff, like being able to explain that to people and why certain things are the way they are. Yeah, that's like a human job. And you know, that's my specific example, but I think we see those all over real estate where expertise matters and people spend a lifetime building a knowledge of a specific type of property, a specific area. And that is a really highly valuable thing. And it goes much deeper than what you can do with AI alone.
Yeah. And that's where real estate agents become like consultants.
Exactly.
They elevate above just managing the transaction or doing some marketing. And if you combine that kind of expertise and their ability to leverage technology to support that, where they stay on top of it when technology is layered underneath, anything just from how quickly they can turn around comps or something, but with their expertise interlaced, that's super valuable. That's where I really think the future of the agent is going to be. This is clumsy, but it's almost like this cyborg of real strong consultative advice, supported by really sharp AI tools, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's absolutely where we're going. I always think of this kind of person as like a spiritual guide, because there's going to be all this technology which can do all this stuff, right? But we as humans still need a spiritual guide to take us on whatever journey we're going on, and house purchasing and selling is one of the biggest ones, right? I don't see that going away, but I think agents and brokers do need to be smart about technology so that they look like that and not like they're just old fashioned. I think that's the benefit, is if you use technology in a very thoughtful and intelligent way, then you look like it's super deliberate, all the human things you do, that's how it should be.
Yeah, agreed. One last question for you. You came into a company that had a CEO with an AI background. Did that help your on-ramp into building Rise? If you came into a company that, say, maybe, I don't want to say antiquated, but wasn't quite ready to revamp or to take on a whole new product like this, I imagine you would have faced quite a few more challenges. It would have been a bit harder to
Yeah, I definitely joined MoxiWorks in large part because of Eric. Like when I met him, I was like, oh, we are very much on the same page with our approach to technology and our philosophy of how this can work. And I'm very specialized. I really focus very heavily on AI-driven workflows and blending these types of technologies and working on very deep data platforms with AI components. I probably wouldn't go to a company where they didn't want that or had no idea like why that was useful, because it would be a waste for everybody involved. But definitely when I talked to Eric, he said workflows and AI and was talking about it even before I even brought it up. And I was like, oh, okay, we're like totally aligned, and just in terms of the opportunity we see here, because it's honestly huge. There's a massive opportunity when you really bring good automation in and intelligence with AI into an industry that hasn't had it as strongly before as some other industries. There's a huge opportunity.